So what am I doing?
Am I talking to the camera or are you talking to Brian?
We just went on perfect. That's all. Are we doing bonds or are we doing the third one? Looking at him?
Are you kidding? He said if I could jump through the phone and kiss you right now, I would.
You're watching Paragon TV.
Paragon Wealth has been in business for 24 years, and we were lucky enough to have Dave Young come with us today to talk about kind of the background and where it's been and where things are going. Hence the balloons. And Dave, that's quite an accomplishment. What are your thoughts about it?
It's, as you say, 24 years is a long time to be in business, and we're just happy to still be here. Yeah. In the financial advisory business, you go through a lot of up and down markets, and there's a lot of firms that were around when I started that are gone now. Mm-hmm. And so we're happy to still be in the game.
What are some of your most memorable moments over those 24 years?
Going back in time, probably, as I think about it, the market volatility is very memorable. Way back when I first started in 1987, mm-hmm. I'll never forget that. The market dropped 20% in a day. And that was just the first big volatility we'd seen in my career.
Right.
But I remember having a client that called me up, and he'd only been a client for about 6 months, mm-hmm. and he didn't really know how we did things. He just knew, that we were managing his money. Right. So I got this phone call, and it was after the crash, and he was just in a panic mode, and he just started going off about how concerned he was and how's he going to live in retirement and mm-hmm. what's he going to do now that he's seen this big drop in the portfolio. And as he was going off, I said to him, "You were in cash." And he just kept going on the phone about how concerned he was and how his wife was going to kill him and he didn't know what to do. And I said, "You were in cash." And I said it 3 times before he finally stopped me and he said, "What do you mean I was in cash? What does that mean?" And I said, "Well, you weren't invested in the market." And he said, "Really? So my account didn't go down 20%? And I said to him, "No, you weren't invested in the market. We had taken you out about 3 months ago and put you in cash." He's like, "Are you kidding?" He said, "If I could jump through the phone and kiss you right now, I would. I love you more than my wife." And then he hung up the phone. And anyway, that really drove home to me early in my career how important what we do is.
Right.
That we're managing their money and we're doing what we can to protect their money.
Wow, that's a great story.
That was probably the most memorable early in my career.
I'm sure anybody asks saying that, "So happy to kiss you." Boy, that's nice you were able to do that and kind of protect him. What do you attribute your success to?
Well, over the years, we've been through a lot of different markets. We all through the 80s, all through the 90s, those were pretty good times. And how we survived going into 2000, 2002, and then again in 2008 is by following our models and following our systems. And I learned early on in this business that if I did what I thought I should do, mm-hmm. It was probably the wrong thing because I was letting emotion drive my decision process and determine what I was doing. Right. And so early on, we tried to develop these models and systems to take my emotion out of the investment process. And over the years, our performance and the success we have had is directly attributed to those models, I believe, because it puts us on a track and it has kept us out of trouble.
Nice. I wanted to know, what about the experience? What have you enjoyed the most?
Over the years in this business, you meet a lot of really interesting people. Yeah. I've become friends with a lot of interesting people. You meet a lot of successful people.
I'll bet.
Because they've accumulated wealth that they need to have managed. Mm-hmm. And so I'd say over the 24 years, it's probably those relationships and those friends is probably the biggest takeaway I have from this business.
Well, how do you see the next 24 years going? What do you hope to have happen?
Well, I just hope to have the next 24 years be as good or better than the past 24 years.
Good. Well, we're excited that Dave was able to drop by our studios today. Thank you for watching Paragon TV, your unbiased and useful perspective on investing.
You're watching Paragon TV.